maybe Taylor's perfectly fine, but I'm not. So we're currently on our way to see Taylor Swift. We got the bangs going on. I did like these little braids with like my hair curled, a bunch of silver jewelry because I'm a mirror ball, and this is my little headband that I'm gonna be wearing. And I have a few friendship bracelets on my wrist, but most of them are attached to like these things. But yeah, we've got everything, bobby pins, extra makeup, yeah, we've got everything. We're prepared. The red lips, more glitter. My mom just got this little bejeweled headband going on, and yeah, you also can't see, but like I put little glitter on her too. But yeah, we're ready. These are seats. It's partially obstructed, but I don't mind. I would have sat with a blindfold on at this concert and would have been happy. So this is perfectly fine for me. Yeah, so we're gonna see her right there, and we're gonna see her face here, and we're gonna see her face here. So I made a mistake, and I'll tell you I'm sorry. You belong with me. Where are you going, Tyler? Woo! It's been a week since the concert. And the reason it took so long to finish this video is because I've been so sick. I finally started feeling better right now. So what I want to do is just kind of talk about my experience at the Eras tour, or with like everything surrounding it, in case you want to go to the second leg of the US tour or the international dates, or if you just want to live vicariously through me because you either didn't go or you went like a long time ago. So yeah, I'm just gonna explain, kind of leave a little story time, I guess, of everything that happened. So when the Ticketmaster codes were released, I received a verified fan code. My mom did not. We were the only 2 accounts signed up, which was a mistake on our part. We just wanted our 2 tickets. The sale was pushed back to a different day. So it ended up happening during my 6th period class. My mom got in, and she was kicked out of her tickets like 3 times. That was because of that company's fault. So later on, my mom did end up getting a code for the Monday show, and she tried to get in, and the same thing happened to her. So we just kind of gave up. We were like, well, we'll try again, like soon where it comes closer, but we didn't really think it was gonna happen. The Wednesday before the LA shows, I think it was like a grocery store, and I was just talking about how sad I wasn't gonna go, and then I look at my phone and I go on StubHub, and the prices, because at that point they were like $900, the resale tickets were like $900 and above. The tickets dropped down to like $500s, and my mom told me that that was how much we were gonna be willing to pay. So I call my mom and I'm like, Mom, please tell me that I'm not hallucinating. Please tell me that that's real. And she goes on StubHub and she's like, no, yeah, that's real. And she's like, what do you want to do about it? And I'm like, well, I want tickets. So we waited till she got home, and then we bought some tickets off of the SeatGeek, but the people didn't release the tickets to us, so we chose to do StubHub the second time. We got tickets. They were in section 304. I think you've seen that, where that view was. And it's obstructive, but it wasn't that bad. But more on that later. It's kind of sad that like I wasn't really like excited, you know, like obviously I was excited, but I wasn't showing my excitement because I was scared that something was gonna go wrong, which is like, that shouldn't happen. Like, it's a concert. It's not like the end of the world. You know what I mean? Um, but that's what it felt like to me because we had gone through so much, like all those like verified fan codes and stuff. It was a lot. I realized I just keep getting closer and closer to the screen. I'm like, yeah. So yeah, and then we start planning our outfits. I had a sparkly dress that I had for from dance competitions, so I was like mirror ball. And I also have had this headband from New Year's, which I was joke often, like so often. New Year's Eve 2022, I was like, oh, let me get this, and then if I get tickets to the Eras tour, I can wear them then. Obviously, I thought that that wasn't gonna happen, and then it did. So I was like, that's a whole different thing. But yeah, so I was like, okay, so I'm gonna be Mirrorball. I went and purchased a cardigan, and I purchased patches from Hobby Lobby. They're just little stars, just. And then my mom, as you saw, she was dressed as Bejeweled. So she just got like a sparkly shirt that she had. We decided to bedazzle and put some patches on her jacket, also from Hobby Lobby. And yeah. Also, here, I'll show you the gems that we used. This is like a little set from Amazon. Um, it just has a bunch of different colors. And, ooh, um, it also comes with this silver one. This was like $10 on Amazon for both of them and like some other things. They gave us like it gave us a glue, it gave us a bunch of brushes, obviously for if you want to use those on nails, and it's really good. So it's great quality too. So don't spend $500 million if you can just spend 10 on Amazon. And then we got stuff for friendship bracelets, so we got like elastic cord and some more beads as well as like the letter beads. I made about 50-ish friendship bracelets. So our drive there was pretty short. It only took about 40 minutes. It wasn't very long at all. The traffic wasn't so bad. We left at like 3:40. And that was the video that you saw in the beginning. We were in the car ride on the way there. When we got there, we chose to park in the brown zone. So we bought those tickets for the brown zone on the SoFi website, so it like leads you to like something called ParkWiz. We bought them through there, and they were the cheapest option because the resale sites were like much more expensive for no reason, and there was still plenty of parking left. So yeah, we chose the brown zone because it was the closest to our entrance, and it was super close. Our because I think the parking was a little bit smaller than some of the other parkings. Um, And so we were able to park very close to the front, very close to the entrances. Um, and yeah, so that worked great. We just yeah, it was wonderful. And like I said, because a lot of people give tips online to park next to closest to an exit because of the lines, but because the brownstone was more compact than the other parking zones, it only took us about like 10 minutes to get out of there, and we were parked close to the entrance, not the exit. So I would definitely say just check with your stadium um, and check where you're going to park, because if you're parking in a larger section, obviously it's going to take a little bit longer to get out. Um, there in LA there was like a slight detour to get into the brown zone. You had to go around and then into a different line. But it wasn't too bad for us because, like I said, we could try to get there pretty early because I really wanted to hear the opener sing um, as well as Taylor. So we also wanted to get merch and stuff. So we tried to get there the earliest. When we handed the ticket scanners our tickets, like the barcode, and it scanned and it accepted it, I was over the moon. I finally let myself be excited, and it was probably one of the best moments of the night besides the whole like show and everything. It was so unreal because of all that happened. I was just freaking out. So straight from there we went to the merch lines. There's merch lines everywhere. There was no blue crew neck. But I'm okay with that. I wasn't really aiming for the blue crew neck. I actually really like the gray crew neck, like the quarter zip, and I actually got that one, so that worked out. While we were waiting in line, that's where we did the bracelet trading. So please, I know people have said this often, but I cannot stress that enough. Do your trading during the merch line. More often than not, there's going to be more people with friendship bracelets in the merch line. I saw so many. We kind of stopped traffic a little bit. Trading bracelets was another big highlight of the night. If you don't know, like, Taylor Swift lore, I guess I say lore as if it's like a fantasy like movie. Um, in her song "You're on Your Own Kid" from her new album Midnights, she says, "Make the friendship bracelets, take the moment and taste it," I believe. So the fans ran with it and made friendship bracelets. I have so many. They're over there. I'm planning on making the lover house to hold them in. We continued to trade bracelets and just kind of go around the stadium. We took some pictures in the cutouts. They had little cutouts there where you could take pictures with. It was like Eras Tour, more, I guess. Honestly, I really liked the way that SoFi had service, I guess. There was a little problem with food later on, but other than that, I mean, I really liked the venue. So then we went to go find our seats. Like I said, we were in section 304. We were seats 19 and 20. And the view, like, it was, you can't see what's happening on the stage right here. You can see the sides of it, and you can see the catwalk, like the whole catwalk, which most of the show is on the catwalk. And people are like, well, why do you just want to see it on a screen? Like, you can just do that at home. It's a different feeling. It's the feeling of, and you can still see them because we were in the 300s level. I guess if you're in the 500s level, it might have been a little bit harder to see, but in 300s level, it was pretty good. Honestly, I really like the 300s level because it's like the ground level. Like, when you get there, like, we walked in, like, walked a couple, like, stairs down, and those were our seats. So it was very close to where we were. It was very easy to get to. I'm sure lower seats would have been also better, but I really liked the 300s. The people in our section were also super cool because I'm sure they were all people who just really wanted to come to the show and didn't really care if they weren't able to see everything. I was fine with it. I know some people are not, and that's your prerogative, but like, stop bringing other people down for not having the same prerogative as you. I said what I said. I'm just kidding. That's not like woke or anything. Anyways. So then we saw Gracie Abrams perform. I've actually been quite a fan of her for a while. I love Minor. Yeah. I love 21. So I was very particularly excited to scream sorry during her song. And she played that. She also played I Miss You, I'm Sorry, which is the song that she did as a surprise song with Taylor on the tour earlier. It was really good. That's all I gotta say. And I heard people be like, oh, the openers, like, sucked. And I'm like, I'm so sorry that you didn't enjoy them because I was very happy. Next, there was Haim, and I don't know Haim that well, but I still had a very fun time watching them perform. So I think the openers were very much worth it. And if you were able to see them, very good for you. And if you haven't gone yet, see your openers. Before the show started, we wanted something to eat, so we went to get a pizza, and the line was so long, we barely made it. I know that it's the Ice Spice song, then Applause, then You Don't Owe Me, and it was Applause, and I was panicking, but we got there even before You Don't Owe Me started, so it worked. So first we have the Lover Era, which I'm so glad that's how it started, because it's kind of like a tribute to Loverfest. It never happened, you know? I don't know. I really like that it's first. I love that the first song is Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince, and I love that the first lyric is, "It's been a long time coming." So it was Cruel Summer, The Man, You Need to Calm Down, Lover, and The Archer. Cruel Summer, she had to sing the bridge. The Man, she had a new suit, which I thought it was just her black suit, but it was a blue suit. So she was already hinting 1989 Taylor's version. Yeah, You Need to Calm Down and Lover. Lover was so beautiful. Taylor Swift has some of the best dancers ever. I swear. They're so talented. The Archer breaks me. That's never gonna stop affecting me the way it does. And when I found out it was in the set list, I was very pleased. The only thing I'm missing, and I hate that I have to be so negative in the very beginning, is me. I think that would have been a great song to add. She wrote that song for the children. She wrote that song for fun, you know, so all the people who enjoy fun and all the children would be so happy. So I just wish that was incorporated. But also I'm asking for her to add to another song to a 3.5 hour concert. So it's not the biggest deal, and I don't know. But if she decides to add that for the international dates, I'll be jealous, but I'll be happy. So the next era is Fearless. I have such a special love for Fearless. I think Love Stories was the first song I heard from her, so that already is very like close to my heart. The Other Side of the Door, The Way I Loved You, such good songs. When Fearless Taylor's version came out, I had like a Fearless era. Like, just where that album was all I cared about. She starts with Fearless, You Belong With Me, and then Love Story. I understand why it's those three songs. And I get why there's so little songs, because she had a whole tour for that. She plays those songs all the time. So I'm not super upset, even though I really love Fearless. And then she does the little heart hands. During Fearless, I love it. I love the heart hands. It makes me feel so happy. No, for no reason at all. The next era is Evermore, and everyone was so surprised with how much that it was in the set list, including Lover, Evermore, and Folklore and Midnights. Makes a lot of sense. Lover never got a tour, and the other albums just came out during quarantine. So it's serendipitous, even though it always made sense for it to be like. Because I'm open for our show, she did No Body, No Crime instead of 'Tis the Season. And I love how much she incorporated Haim into that song. Like, I love how they had the whole verse. Well, if you don't know, here's a clip. My daddy made me get my first license when I was 15. And I've cleaned enough houses to know how to cover up a scene. Good thing Esty sister's gonna swear she was with me. She was with me too. So I love that song. People didn't like it, but I love that song. Also, I heard that song in kind of when I was first starting to watch like true crime, like makeup videos. I don't really watch that many true crime documentaries. I can only handle so much. But yeah. Then we have Willow, Marjorie, Champagne Problems, and Tolerated. I love how it was written here, Champagne Problems, spoken intro, followed by an 8-minute ovation. That was, I know we were going in order, but I just have to skip to that right now. That was such a magical experience. I know that she's done it before. I know that she's had other ovations during the tour, but the 8 minutes breaking the record, I think that Taylor Swift deserves so much. Her music just it's so beautiful. It's so soulful. It's full of life, and I think that deserves a lot of recognition. And I'm happy that we recognized her on Tuesday. People are saying that the Wednesday show did a longer standing ovation, which is not true. By the way, I was watching it on live. It's not true. It was way shorter, like at least a minute and a half shorter. which is not way shorter. But either way, but yeah, Champagne Problems is such a genius song. I know that people who aren't even her fans love that song. You know what's really funny? Or it's not that funny, but I didn't know that the like in the beginning of Willow, she does this like I guess like witchcraft like scene. Waiting for the signal and I'll meet you after. Didn't realize it was the lyrics to Willow. The whole time I was like, how does everyone know these lyrics? I was like, I didn't know I was supposed to study that. They're the lyrics to Willow. You didn't need to. You already know them. For Marjorie, I read somewhere that we were supposed to put our flashlights. So me and my mom put up our flashlights during the song. It was beautiful. I love that song. It's such a beautiful homage. Her grandmother's opera singing, if you don't know, is featured in the song, and it's just so great. I love the dinner scene in Tolerated. It's just so cinematic. It's very All Too Well 10-minute version music video vibes. I love Reputation. My mom actually told me this was her favorite part of the show. She starts with Ready for It, goes to Delicate, then Don't Blame Me, and then Look What You Made Me Do. The Don't Blame Me and Look What You Made Me Do transition, I'll insert a clip of it here. Don't blame me, don't blame me, don't blame me for what you made. I love Delicate. I have such a specific appreciation for Don't Blame Me. I love that song. I've loved it forever. I love it even more now. And it's so good. I think if anyone heard that song, even if they were not a Taylor Swift fan, they could like it. Genuinely. It's just such a good song. It should have been a single. But you know what is a single that is not on the Reputation track list, which I don't like? Endgame. I want to also just mention that I Did Something Bad. And I'm like, that song could have also been incorporated too. I get that they already also had a tour, so I understand why there's less. I wish there was a little bit of Endgame. I wish there was at least the Taylor verse at the end in the Reputation Stadium tour. I don't know how to describe it. I'll insert a clip here. You like the bad ones too? I think that would have been a great part with it for her to come in. She would do Ready for It and then switch to that little break. Just do her verse. I want to be here Endgame, and that's it. And then switch to the next part. I think that would have been good. I think she could have done that. But beggars can't be choosers. I hardly got tickets. I mean, anyways. The next set is Speak Now. Speak Now. Obviously now it's Taylor's version. It's my favorite album of hers. It's so good. Every single song. No skips. For Speak Now, she only does 2 songs, which are Enchanted and Long Live. But during the beginning of the tour, she only did Enchanted. When she announced Speak Now, Taylor's version, she added Long Live, which I don't like. I think she should have always done it. And I think that on the day that Taylor's version was released, she should have added, I don't know, maybe like Haunted. I love Haunted. Oh my god. I could go on and on for days about all of the songs on Speak Now. I love every single one of them, I swear. I think right now my favorite albums are Speak Now, 1989, and Reputation, which it's gonna be a good while for me because Speak Now just came out. 1989 Taylor version was just announced to come out in October, and Reputation has to be soon after that, or not soon, but like it's after that. So I've got things to anticipate. The transition between Reputation and Speak Now is that the snake on this floor fades out into like purple like sparkles because this night is sparkling. Oh my god. I was so unwell. Enchanted is so beautiful. She wore the new Speak Now dress. But it was so beautiful. And Long Live, oh my god, Long Live, it might be my favorite song on Speak Now, just because it feels nostalgic, even though I was like 4 when it came out. I can't compute how much I love that song. It's just it gives me such hope. I don't know, and it's just a lot of artists don't know how to do that. So the next era is Red. My mom was super obsessed with 22 for like a while after. Wait, Red. It's 22. We're never getting back together. I Knew Your Trouble, All Too Well, 10-minute version. Those songs are perfect. I have nothing to say about what song should be added, what song should be taken away. Those are perfect. And the very beginning, it's like a thing where like they open like a little chest here. It was just so fun and so nostalgic because everyone knows these songs. It's great. The next set was Folklore. As a folklore girly, you didn't want to be next to me. The One, Betty, The Last Great American Dynasty, August, Illicit Affairs, My Choose Ricochet, Cardigan. I think she really likes Folklore. I can see why. I used to be like my favorite album. It's so tightly connected to me in the same way that Speak Now is, because all of her albums tell stories very well, but I feel like those two specifically. The dress that we got was like the dress that kind of looked like Ivy. She did everything green for our show. Yeah, so I love it. Honestly, my fondness for green has grown a lot lately. I'm not really sure why. But like, look. Next we had 1989, and all those songs are also perfect. Style, Blank Space, Shake It Off, Wildest Dreams, Bad Blood. During Style, obviously I did the entire choreography that I knew at least. In the 1989 tour, she did like a little thing during Blank Space where she would like kind of harmonize with herself and like kind of build on top of that. And so during the Sydney show, she was like, Sydney. It was like, boys only want love if it's torture. Sydney. I didn't hear that many people saying it. Wish I did. If you're in Sydney, you better say Sydney. Shake It Off was so fun. Bad Blood. We did the You Forgive, You Forget, but You Never Let It Go chant from the Kendrick Lamar version. And Wildest Dreams is beautiful. So that I love. For months, I joked, before I had tickets, I joked to my mom and was like, oh, she hasn't played my top 3 favorites on 1989. She's saving them for me. She played You Are in Love a couple days before, so I was like, I'm not going to get You Are in Love. That's okay. But I didn't think that she was going to play the other ones. I'm like, I don't know. For me, it's like she hasn't talked about those songs in so long that I'm like, does she even know those songs exist? She comes out in her guitar. I'm not gonna cry, but like, she comes out in her guitar and she starts like strumming and she goes, and I'm like, I Know Places is like my favorite song. And I think now that's super established because it was like my surprise song. I think it's my number 2 favorite song because my favorite song will always be Safe and Sound. Just because it's, oh. But I think that if you don't count Safe and Sound, because it's not like an album song, it's I Know Places. And it's just such a special song for me. I don't know. I've always loved it. I never get tired of it. I could go on for days about why it's such an important song for me. And it's so good. It's so good. And her singing it like recently and her just acknowledging that my favorite song, like she knows it exists. I was like thrown off. And then my mom was like, oh, she should do another song with the guitar so we can have 3 songs. I'm like, with that, I'm happy. I don't care what song she plays next. I was mistaken. My top 3 on Reputation are, one of them is Don't Blame Me, Delicate, and another song. And Don't Blame Me and Delicate are on the set list. Anyone care to guess what my other favorite song is? Drumroll, please. It's the one she played on piano. She starts playing the chords. She's like, and I'm like, this sounds like something from Fearless, which I love Fearless. I was down for it. She was playing it, right? She was like, and then she starts going ba-dum, like something like that. Like starts including the melody of King of My Heart. I took a video of this. I was like a part of it. I was listening to it and I was like, King of My Heart. Is it? And then she goes, I'm perfectly, maybe Taylor's perfectly fine, but I'm not. I Know Places in King of My Heart. Double whammy. 2 of my favorite songs ever. They're my number 1 and 2, or 2 and 3, depending on if you can count Safe and Sound or not. I'm not a person that's like, oh, she didn't play this song, I'm super devastated forever. I didn't think that seeing those songs was like gonna affect me as much as it did. I didn't think she was gonna play those songs, first of all. Next we have Midnights, which I really love this album. So the track list for Midnights is Lavender Haze, Antihero, Midnight Rain, Vigilante, Bejeweled, Mastermind, and Karma. My mom loves Antihero. I can't listen to it. It makes me sad. She also had a new bodysuit for Midnights. And people were like, oh, this looks a lot like the 1989 one. I'm like, probably intentional. If not, either way, cute. Bejeweled is, I think Bejeweled is one of my favorite songs on Midnights. I think it's definitely my top 3, along with Would've, Could've, Should've. And probably Hits Different is what I'll say. Which is, it's a weird blend of songs, but I love them. What do you want me to do? Then we had Karma. For my show, she wore the jacket that matched her outfit. It was like a midnight blue one. Like I said, I love Midnight. I really like this set list. It was wonderful. It was so fun. It was great to end the night with. My mom was like, she was like, it's almost over. And I'm like, I don't care. I'm having great fun right now. Let's worry about that in 5 minutes when the show's actually over. And I enjoyed it to the very last second. It was wonderful. It truly an interactive show. My mom said it felt like she was only performing to you, like as a person. It didn't feel like there was 73,000 people in the room or the stadium. My mom actually said, because she has gone to plenty of concerts before, when she was younger, she would go to so many concerts, and she said that's like the best concert she's been to. Like, it's just the production level is insane. All of the people working on the Eras tour, I need to like just a second to like praise you, because I can't comprehend it. Like, I've seen videos of the person who does some of Taylor's outfits for the tour. You are so talented. I mean, wow. And then the lady who does the hats for 22, everything. It's just another thing. The light up bracelets, they make you feel so included. When they started to light up, I was always like, look, mine's lit up. Look, I'm part of the visual like actions. It was just fun. It was joyful. I don't think I would trade it for like anything. That experience was wonderful. Overall, there's just a couple of songs that I was missing, namely Me. Could have done with a little bit of Endgame too. But my surprise songs were perfect. And yeah. Oh, you know what? Let me talk about 1990 Taylor's version. So apparently the lights flashed blue at the end of the show 5 times. I know some of the other like show dates are like multicolored, and then the Speak Now time dates were purple. So it's like I kind of feel like a little bit part of the announcement. I heard that, and when I heard her play I Know Places, I was like, she's definitely playing New Romantics tomorrow. just watch the show again to see what we missed. So we saw this show, and then she started coming out in like 500 different blue outfits. Speak Now. It was the Speak Now blue gown. I was like, yeah. I mean, I already knew it. Like, I knew it before, and then I saw it, and then like that happened then. And I guess like the 8-9 on like 1989 on 8-9, 8 years, 9 months, and 13 days after the original 1989. I think it was way too good of an opportunity to pass up, and Taylor knew that. And then the dress she came out in Folklore with, it was like the most pretty blue shade. It was, I loved it. I don't know. It was so pretty. It was so simple, but like I like the V-neck. You know, it was very fitting of the Folklore like dress vibe, but also fit 1989. Like that one could be in the This Love or like the Wildest Dreams music video. Like it just could. First she wore blue for the 1989 era, and then a blue dress for the Surprise songs. What song did she do? New Romantics. And before she did the song, what did she announce? 1989 Taylor's version. The way she announced it was so cool too. I love to just see that online. Like I wasn't even feeling left out. I was so happy for my own show. I was so happy I got the songs I got. Those are my favorite songs. And I love New Year's Day. I really love New Romantics. But I Know Places and King of My Heart are my favorite songs. You can't really compare, you know? And New Romantics is one of my favorite songs. I'm not saying that, but I just don't really have that much like history with New Year's Day, if that makes any sense. I don't know, maybe because it's a love song. I don't know. I'm sad all the time. What do you expect? I'm so excited for 1992's version. Yeah. So that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, or even if you didn't, please like and subscribe. Comment down below what you'd like to see next. Thank you. Bye.